So the invitation is to contemplate what life is reflecting back at you. Divide what's happening in your family, what's happening with your finances, what's happening with your health, what's happening with your job, and observe. Why? Because we are going to start now a process of tremendous healing. The energy of healing. Imagine this wave, this loving hand that looks like a wave that is coming to heal. This is the stage that we are starting individually and collectively. And in order to understand and direct that energy, we need to understand what aspects of ourselves needs healing. Relax. We need to get to a point where we are not reacting to what's happening, but observing what is happening, observing what creates pain in ourselves, confusion, what activates fear. Think of those things that we tell ourselves we cannot do it, we are not strong enough, we are not wise enough, we are not courageous enough. We don't have the power to do this, we don't have the power to do that. Think of all the internal communication that you have with yourself. And notice where limitation, fear comes to surface. And stay with that in that moment with that understanding. You know, when through meditations we start by watching what we are thinking and observing and noticing what is happening in our mind. Well, without judging what is happening, remember the dialogue, remember the conversation that you are having, remember the fears that are coming to surface. Because the time with the opportunity for the healing is coming now. And the more we can heal, the more light we can absorb, the more light we can channel, the more light we can share. So look at it as an opportunity for you to heal, but after you go through the process, for you to give more of who you are to the collective. And at this moment, the collective needs as much light as you can offer. So have awareness that for the next months, you are going to experience transformation, but that transformation is going to go as deep as you allow it to go, as deep as you commit to heal yourself. If an opportunity presents in your life by a confrontation or a wound that reopens or a pain or a fear, and you decide to just get mad and frustrated and ignore the whole process, then you won't be able to use this energy of healing. But if you stay with it, if you try to understand where it's coming, if you try to work through it, then you'll have the impulse and you'll have the commitment and you'll have the direction to do the healing that you need the most. And the faster you work through the first aspect of you that needs healing, the most important one, then the more time and energy left, you'll have to use that energy for the second aspect of your life that needs healing. And if you finish that, you then can refocus the energy on another aspect of you that needs healing. Now, the faster you move through the first one and then jump to the next one, the more you will be able to heal many aspects of you. We invite you to go through it. Go through it, connect with the pain, understand and be honest with yourself. Be honest. Be strong enough and courageous enough to look at what hurt and understand that it hurts. And admit that you feel fear. Admit that you feel that you are not worth it or something. Admit what is happening. Do not ignore and just bring another emotion to hide what is there. Let's bring an example. If you feel like you are not strong enough to quit your job, for example, that is very painful for yourself to admit. That's something that you prefer not to say. And instead, you will say, my family needs me and I need to provide. I need to do this. I need to do that. That is, in a way, a lie that you tell yourself in order to handle a wound that is open in you. So, what we would like to invite you is to understand, I am afraid of quitting my job because I am afraid that if I quit my job, I won't be able to provide. I won't be able to pay my bills. And I don't know where abundance comes. And I feel that I cannot generate abundance. So stay in your truth. Honor your fear. And then see what happens as you go through that process. Because this energy can direct you to do healings that are deep, deep in yourself, in your family, that come from previous generations, that come from previous lifetimes. But the only way to direct that energy to the wound that is open is by you being able to look at the wound and recognize that the wound is there. So we want you to remind you that this window, this door that is open for you, will teach you and will give you the courage to start healing. But the beautiful thing about this process is that, yes, this window will be open for a certain amount of time, but it will teach you during this amount of time how you heal, how to heal. And that means that if you learn from this experience, then you will be able to continue healing yourself during your whole life, because you'll know how it works, how healing works. You will become familiar with the healing experience. You'll understand the process. You'll understand what it takes to heal. Great awareness can come from going through these next months. Just have awareness that when you deal with wounds, when you deal with limitations, with chains, when you deal with your pain and your fears, it might feel like not the more pleasant time of your life. It might feel a little bit challenging. It might feel like the world and the environment, your family, friends, and things in your life might not go your way. All right, so the navigation going through this process might be a little bit difficult and create conflict and things that you would prefer to avoid. But we're going to ask you, please don't. Go through it and become familiar with this process, okay?